away we go on the Monday edition, Mr. Irrelevant. I'm Alex Strouf with you from the Gerber offices. One call that cell studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Josh DiMaggio is here. Will Sommers is here. Hunter Vaughn is here. Full crew back together again for this Monday edition. We've got a ton to get into between the Green Bay Packers stinking up the joint on Saturday night in their preseason opener against the New York Jets. And, of course, the Milwaukee Brewers, now winners of 9 in a row after a weekend sweep of the New York Mets. New York Jets, New York Mets. Let's see if I can keep that straight throughout the show today. Josh, you look puzzled already. Everything okay?
It just seems like somebody's getting reprimanded outside. It was just really taking my attention.
That's okay. Yeah, that'll happen.
Lots of flailing arms, getting real close to faces.
In your defense, it's been months since you've been distracted by the Third Street Market Hall. You've really kicked it into high gear the last few months, but today we've already lost you a minute into the show.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you see somebody talking 3 inches from someone else's face, you're kind of, it's if you see a fight, you watch.
It's continuing.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, okay. This is going to be distracting. Yeah, there was. I think there's going to be an altercation.
That's what I thought. There was going to be a fight. That's what I thought was happening.
There still very much might be.
Yeah.
Where's security? Okay.
I'd go break it up.
Yeah. Dynamite dropping, Will. Attaboy. Attaboy. All right, we're going to start with the Brewers today. We'll get to the Packers because that's not so fun to talk about. And the Brewers are fun to talk about. This voodoo magic that they have summoned is legitimately unbelievable. It has created not only the most fun product in Major League Baseball, it has created the best team in Major League Baseball. And that is significant, right? We've been saying this for a few weeks now, since they overtook the best record in baseball about 2 weeks ago. We acknowledge that they are the best team in baseball. But now what we have witnessed the last 2 weeks, since that occurred, is better than they have been all year. And the last time JOSHY joined us, he was rather negative. They have not lost since that day. They have not lost since the MLB trade deadline, when they didn't really make any big moves at the trade deadline. And they just continue to win. No Jackson Chourio, no Jacob Mizorowski, and they won't stop winning. Christian Yelich, Bryce Terang, and Sal Frelick were all supposed to be off yesterday. Frelick and Terang came in at the end of the game for a defensive change. And they still found a way to win that game. They were down 5-0 yesterday, and they found a way to win that game. It's just remarkable. I'm running out of words to describe how impressive what the Milwaukee Brewers are doing.
You know it's gotten absurd when we've got Jeff Levering implying divine intervention.
Yes.
From Bob Uecker, rest his soul. You're calling it voodoo magic.
Yes.
It's beyond comprehension. There isn't really precedented for it, especially for Brewers fans. It just seems like something happens every day. You go, well, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
Well, like was it Friday's game that had a error, which led to a base runner, which led to a Bryce Terang home run, and then walk and a hit by pitch.
Yep.
Next thing you know, now they're in the lead.
Yeah. And that game ends with Blake Perkins throwing out a runner at home plate from center field.
Right. And then you have a 5-run comeback, a walk-off by Isaac Collins.
Who, by the way, just real quick,
unbelievable.
Also, pitch clock violation on Saturday.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Ball don't lie.
Because then wasn't there a home run? Was it next pitch?
Yes.
There was a home run?
I don't know if it was next pitch, but it was the same
at bat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's preposterous what they are doing. I mean, it's legitimately absurd. And, we'll talk about sustainability in a moment, but I do want to shine a light on how good Isaac Collins has been. So fresh off being named the July NL Rookie of the Month, he's got a legitimate case to win Rookie of the Year, Isaac Collins does.
Yes.
In the National League. Walk-off home run yesterday. So yesterday morning on Sunday Karma, I was talking about how Isaac Collins is just made for the big moment. And then he goes on 4 hours later to do what he did. So I posted a video on TikTok, as one does, Joshy. And, it was just a few moments later from SpongeBob, with the home run. And I got a comment on TikTok that said this: Alex Strouf equals smartest man at ESPN Milwaukee behind JOSHY.
Yeah, I got to send that commenter the $5 after I asked them to post such things on your post.
True or false, that's your burner account?
False.
Okay.
I do not have a TikTok burner account. Could it be somebody I know, I guess? Yes, the name doesn't Like, it could be somebody using a burner that I know, but I didn't put anyone up to doing that. Because it does seem random to say, you're the smartest guy there except for Josh. It looks highly suspicious.
I would agree. Will, you are very famously Josh's guy. Josh is your guy. Was that your burner account?
No, I don't have a Twitter burner account.
Well, we're talking about TikTok. Yeah.
It's not my fault. People just love the man.
Hold on. You said Twitter burner account. You do have a Twitter burner account, don't you?
I don't.
I don't believe you.
You can
You
look
seem
through
like
my profiles.
You seem like the type of guy that would have a burner. Am I wrong in that assessment, Joshy?
No, only because Will's a Twitter guy, and the younger generation, seemingly every friend group has multiple guys with burner accounts.
Yes. I do not. I've never had one.
No, it just seems to be a Gen X thing.
Are you Gen X? No, you're a millennial.
Is it Gen Z?
Gen Z is me, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Gen Z thing.
So as a millennial, you do not have a burner account?
No,
Have you ever thought about creating one?
not a second in my life.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, glad we got through that. Chef Ed chimes in. Joshy, I love you, my brother. Say it back.
I love you too, Chef Ed.
But have you changed your thoughts about not getting another bat at the deadline?
No, of course not. What is that? We're talking about World Series here. A win streak's great. Being good and winning games is great. I just described. You just said voodoo magic.
I did.
Jeff Levering was talking about divine intervention. What's happening right now is more than simply what we can really fathom. I mean, the Brewers are the talk of the MLB, and largely it's going, it doesn't make sense. That's what everybody's retort is. Brewers fans who are even positive about it are going, this is beyond comprehension.
No, it is. I mean, it's incredibly absurd what they're capable
Because
of.
baseball teams don't do this.
No.
And they don't do it. So if they were just going out and pounding everybody and winning by like 4 or 5 runs, you'd be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
And I mean, they definitely do give some people some poundings. Their run differential would tell you that. But as of recently, the games have seemingly been games you go, I can't believe they pulled that one out the way they did. And it seems like it's happening every single day. Mm-hmm. Where there's something that makes you go, don't know if I've seen that one before. Mm-hmm. Or, I've only seen that a couple times in my life. Like, throwing somebody out to end a game being the same guy twice in 2 years is like, what is that? Who does that?
Who does that?
How?
You know, we've made the joke about it of like, oh, this is Bob Uecker stuff, but like, this is the way
Hold
that
on.
like,
hold on. What's
What?
going on behind you there? What's going on behind you?
oh, we got Bo Ryan here. The office got mad at me putting the shade down because of the light coming through the window. So took the cutout of Bo Ryan's face and we taped it up in the window to block the sun. So
I'm not going to call it a good look, but it's a look. It's certainly a look. Sorry to throw you off. That just threw me off. Continue.
like this is just the most like Bob Uecker way a team would win. Like his whole thing when he was broadcasting was being self-deprecating and like he'd make fun of himself. Like, so of course then the Brewers are going to win games in weird, silly ways, and they're not just going to do it by hitting the crap out of the ball every single time and they're just going to blow you out. Like, they're going to win in weird, silly ways, and it just fits.
So I agree. I'm with you on that, and it's truly, I'm running out of ways to explain it. What we are witnessing, and they are that good. And we'll talk about sustainability in a moment. But I think Daniel chimes in with a thought that Josh will likely agree with, and I tend to agree with. All this will mean nothing if the Brewers can't get to the World Series and win it. Am I wrong on thinking that?
I don't know if I don't know if mean nothing is the right way.
Yeah,
because we can't subtract what it feels like now to watch winning. It would feel like you didn't get what you should have.
Bingo. It will feel like a failure.
Yeah, it'll feel like a letdown, but there's never been a Brewers team this good at this point of the season. There's like, it's seemingly every single game after they win in whichever fashion, some more shocking than others, you see a new stat. This is the best 60-game stretch. This is the best record they've had. Like, those numbers just keep tacking on. It's just adding on to it. And the entertainment and enjoyment of this isn't going to be erased. It'll be disappointing, and you'll feel like they left something out on the table, and that's why I was unhappy about the trade deadline. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't make this like I'm not watching the Brewers now going, "Oh, I can't wait for the other shoe to drop." I'm not like hoping or being negative about wins. You get the wins, stack them up.
They're 16-4 since the All-Star break.
Correct.
It's August 11th.
And it's honestly shocking there's been 4 losses.
Well, it's been a while. It's been since July. July 30th was the last loss.
It feels like 4 losses is more than what we actually witnessed.
Yeah. Well, they've won 12 of their last 13.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absurd. When it comes to sustainability of this run, I go back to what I've said to you multiple times in the last couple of weeks. What have they shown us that means they can't continue to do this?
I think the degree in which, so there's 2 different things here. The Brewers win clearly by, they've invented their own money ball.
Yes, they have.
Once the rules changed in baseball, the pitch clock, the bases shifting, the Brewers prioritize speed, athleticism, and defense. And if you watch other teams, and we saw it happen multiple times this past weekend, they aren't as good defensively. There was an error by the pitcher. There was an error by Lindor. Like there's stuff happening defensively that is costing other teams wins. And I mean, turn on a Yankees game, you'll see something you haven't seen the Brewers do all year, and they seemingly do it every week. You'll see it with a lot of the opponents you face, especially some of the worst teams. What the Brewers did is they found a way with their unwillingness to invest more into the roster before the season, because the payroll did go down year over year. They found a way that they believed would give them a good chance to win games and be continually competitive. I don't think if you ask anybody, top to bottom in the Brewers organization, they would think they would be this good with this record, just because there really is no precedent of a Brewers team doing this well. And then a lot of the credit also goes to like Pat Murphy and his ability to motivate. Obviously, after the, I heard Will Tausch talking about it. It was after the cribbage game where was it 4 scoreless games they had?
It's a cribbage game, yes.
4 scoreless games in a row or in a week or something along those lines. They had like a come to Jesus moment. Who are we? How are we going to do this? How are we going to win? And that changed, obviously, their approach to day in and day out and how they want to win the games. They've talked a lot about how we're going to grind you down, we're going to make you earn every out, and we're going to, it's the Dan Campbell. We want to drag you out to the water and drown you, and that's what the Brewers do.
And that's what they've continued to do. They don't stop. They can't stop, they won't stop, and I don't know if they'll ever stop winning. That's just what they do.
Yeah, I mean, when you say never stop winning,
they're never going to stop. I don't know. Like, are they capable?
We're in a 9-game win streak. I would think there is a loss sometime in the next 3 weeks.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Do I think they can keep winning regular season baseball games the way they have to this point in the season? I certainly do.
I'd love to hear that out of you.
Yeah, I guess my whole thing is, and maybe I didn't communicate it well enough. I thought I did with the Brewers are good and one of the best teams in baseball thing we did. Was it last Wednesday?
That's correct, yeah.
They're clearly very good.
Clearly, yeah.
They're clearly, right now, the best team in baseball by 5 whole games. Like, the best teams in the NL are playing well and losing ground.
That's correct. Yeah.
Like, that's how good the Brewers are right now.
They won't stop.
My concern is about the postseason, but I'm not going to allow it to affect my enjoyment.
Yeah, this is good. Well, come on, Joshy. Like last week, you were saying, well, they just can't keep doing this. They're breaking every record. They can't.
I don't believe they can keep sweeping everybody they play.
But why? Again, I say, what have they shown us?
Just because I don't. If I'm going to be out on a limb saying I think the Brewers will lose again, I guess I'll take that.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't know that they're ever going to lose again. We may never witness another Brewers loss. I like what we are witnessing is unbelievable. They should have lost by 6 runs
They
yesterday.
should have lost at least 2 games over the weekend.
And they won them both.
Yes.
It's truly remarkable.
Are you guys at all worried that they're using all their luck at the wrong time?
I've had the thought.
I had to say it.
I don't like that you said it.
Luck's not a thing.
Just
Luck
Well, that's
isn't
not true.
actually. Luck is not
I'm
real.
one lucky bastard, man. I'll tell you what. I'm lucky.
Luck isn't real. The universe is chaotic.
Right, but they're
Good
someone being lucky isn't a real thing. That's random chance. But having things go advantageously for you or getting a good bounce, that like there's good fortune.
Okay, bunch of comments rolling in. I want to get to some of these. Chef Ed chimes in. Please, Strouf, do not mention what you're not supposed to mention. You're cooking with Chef Ed.
What do you mean, burgers?
You're not supposed to mention it.
I mean,
Okay, I'm just going to say
I'm
this.
not superstitious.
I'm saying this right now. If they win tonight and they win tomorrow, I will be going back to George Webb on Wednesday.
Before the 12th win?
That's correct.
I will not be.
You won't join me?
Under direct orders from Eric Thames, I'm not going.
That's a guy I wouldn't.
I wouldn't want to be at his bedside. That's a guy you want on your side.
Right.
Yeah, he's jacked.
And me and him are kind of boys now, so.
Okay, Will. Is Will going to be the classic, hey, I interviewed an athlete one time and we're friends now guy?
We call that the Matt Hamilton.
Yeah, true. That is the
That
Matt
guy
Hamilton.
talked to me and he was nice to me once, therefore I am going to pledge fealty to him for the rest of his life.
Correct, yeah.
I'm not ashamed of it.
As we were talking
I
about
mean, it's
luck
got Matt
here,
Hamilton to where he is in some pieces.
Are we talking about luck again? What do you want?
Yeah,
well,
what's going on here?
luck and superstition, because this was something I brought up to Jesse Nelson just before the show, and I needed to run it by the show as we started talking about luck. So these
Okay.
Brewers games, these
I'm
last
already
3,
stressed out.
I have started watching, and then as the team is like, I've been locked in on the game, the Brewers go down in the games, and then I've been like, okay, I've got to get some other stuff done, so I start cleaning, doing other things. I don't have the game on, or I'm not locked into it, and then that's when the Brewers have come back and won. So I haven't directly seen them, like, at the end winning a game in, like, the last 5 of these games. I'm starting to get a little superstitious that I can't watch the Brewers.
I thought you said you don't believe in luck
Yeah,
and all
did you
that
just
stuff,
say that?
though.
Superstition and luck aren't the same thing.
One of them is real. Luck is real.
Luck
Right,
isn't
because if
real.
you win the Powerball, you are lucky.
No,
Correct.
that's just random chance. That isn't luck.
But you would have better luck than all the other people who bought tickets and didn't win.
Yes.
No,
That's
you were
inherently
just
luck.
randomly selected. There was nothing that you
Sure.
did to make yourself
Right, and
more
that
lucky.
random selection was lucky.
Yeah, and that was objectively lucky.
No,
I think we got him.
I don't
no,
think we got him.
I think we got
no.
him
You
cornered.
guys are just idiots.
Hey, no need for name
bit
calling.
far.
No need for name calling here.
So you're saying?
Oh,
if
you're
you
right.
won the
We've
lottery,
never
you
called
wouldn't consider
anyone names
yourself
on this
lucky?
show.
Would never.
We are habitually a non-name calling show. We know this. We do not name call in this program. Yeah, I'm done with this conversation.
Yeah.
Nathan on the YouTube chat
Circular.
is bringing us data right now.
Data.
Take that for data.
Data or
data?
I don't know. I switch it up sometimes.
I do too.
And I don't know why. It just happens.
Agreed. Will, data or data?
I don't even know.
I feel like I say data when I'm trying to sound smart.
I see data when I try to sound smart.
I don't really have to use that word too
Nathan
much.
is providing us data. That's a good point by you.
Not something you run into often.
Brewers just need to go 27-18 over their final 45 to win 100 games.
Yep.
That would be significantly more losses than what they've recorded over their previous 45 games. They are 34-11. As far as the postseason, no one can say for sure whether or not they will advance past the first round. Even then, the first round will be divisional, not the wild card round. If they win, if there's ever a year to break through, have to think it's this one, says Nathan on the YouTube chat. And I totally agree with you. They are built for the postseason.
Can't the Brewers get to a 90-win season and have a losing record the rest of the way out?
Yes.
I mean, what is that? That's crazy.
Ridiculous. There's 45 games left.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they could go, I mean, they've got, 73 wins? So they go 17 and whatever the math is.
The math.
And they could still win 90 games.
Yeah.
the data.
Yeah. 28, I believe what the number would be. 17, 28. Crazy. They're that good. You were witnessing history, folks. Enjoy it. It's sustainable, right? Nobody's going to disagree with me on that. I think they are built for the postseason.
I don't think winning this way and frequency is sustainable. Do I think the core and the talent and like the team is sustainable? Yes.
Okay.
I don't think winning at this rate is sustainable.
Can we just talk about that? Hold on. Can we just talk about that for 1 second, though?
Yeah.
Aren't you to the point where you got to throw out all the past seasons, all the other teams in MLB history?
No.
You throw that out, and you go, hey, maybe we're just seeing voodoo magic. Maybe we're just witnessing divine intervention.
I'm going to be a little more reticent to apply voodoo magic
Sure.
to what we're witnessing than just an incredibly good team performing at an incredible rate.
Yeah.
I think if they get to 20 plus wins, I'll consider voodoo magic.
Okay. I will.
In a row.
I've already considered it, so I've already locked in my my answer.
What is the all-time win streak in MLB history?
It's a good question. I'll look that up. Go ahead.
I think like the AL record was like 22 wins or something like that.
26 games by the 1916 New York Giants.
And that's getting into like...
Yeah.
I remember that.
Cleveland Guardians, 22-game win streak. So some consider that because there was a tie in the New York Giants. So 2017 Cleveland Guardians had a 22-game win streak, which is
I think that's probably the mark.
Uninterrupted win streak, yes.
If they surpass that, then I would start talking voodoo magic.
So
Really?
Yeah.
It's going to take you that long?
Well, yeah. Because they would be setting a new record.
Yeah, but they've already broken every record.
Their own.
They're the only team in the MLB with 3 8-game plus win streaks.
Correct?
Yeah, they rock.
Not disagreeing.
Good argument.
And that's a spirited debate brought to you by Door County Distillery. Hunter, did you have something?
Yeah. So the 86 Mets were called the Miracle Mets. At what point do we need to try and maybe start finding a nickname for this team? Because like they're so ridiculous.
Somebody said Murphy's Misfits, and I love it.
Okay.
Have we seen like the Moneyball parody that's been going around?
How can you
This
not
is
be
Isaac
romantic?
Collins.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one.
It's Billy. This is Isaac Collins. Billy. This is Blake Perkins. Billy. This is Andrew Vaughn. They are a bunch of misfits, and here they are with the best record in the MLB significantly.
I just got we were talking about luck and Powerball. I just got a spam text message. Hi, this is, I'm not going to say the name, winner of the $1.3 billion Powerball in Oregon.
You think it's real?
No, I don't.
I think you should respond.
Yeah, and send some really personal information.
Will, you would do that.
I did do that last weekend.
Oh well.
Still learning how to be a real boy.
It happens. These scams are getting good.
Will,
Go on. Hold on. Go on.
Well, it was a bunch of $90 polo shirts for $6, and I ordered about $40 worth before realizing that it was a complete Instagram scam. I looked at the comments, and everyone was like,
So you didn't get any shirts?
they haven't come yet. I ordered them a week ago.
What's the shipping status?
Well, I got a link that doesn't work, so I'm assuming there is no shipping status.
I got a link that doesn't work.
Reminds me of when Greg Scalzo got scammed by a headphone company that was selling them for extremely cheap, and the order number was 01234566.
I love a good scam. Hey, Will, never change, bro. We love you.
Thanks.
Well, I was going to say, Will, I used to work at a Verizon store, and we would do Sunday morning classes for like to teach elderly people about their phones, and they usually devolved into how to tell what's a scam and what's real. Like, do I have to have that class with you?
Might not be a bad idea.
Maybe. I don't really order as many things as older people, I think. Like, I'm usually just a online, Amazon guy. So hopefully this doesn't happen again. I was kind of just
hopefully he says hopefully this doesn't happen.
I mean, it probably will.
This is a one-off.
Like he doesn't have
anything.
Like he doesn't have complete control over that.
I don't.
I'm not going to make any promises. Not write any checks my ass can't cash.
Well, the reason I fell for it was because there was a video of a guy talking about it. So I was like,
he was probably ripped,
I knew the guy.
too.
It was an influencer.
That'll do it.
Oh, it was an influencer.
Yeah. It's this guy on TikTok that makes really good breakfast sandwiches.
Was it an AI video of him or was it really him?
I don't know because I fall for all the AI videos, like the whale cleaning ones.
He makes
I think they're all
breakfast
real.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
Did you see the
That's a guy I'm going to trust.
Did you see the bunny rabbits jumping on the trampoline?
Yeah.
Yep. I saw the kangaroo on the plane. I believe that one.
Amazing. So good.
He looks so sad.
Oh, man. I can't. All right, let's get to the Packers.
Do we have
Brewers
to?
are that good. Brewers! Yeah, let's get to it. Let's talk Packers. They lose 30-10 in the preseason opener to the New York Jets on Saturday. I did watch a little bit at the wedding I was at, as we discussed on Friday. I only watched the first 2 offensive drives and then obviously the first defensive drive, which they allowed a Justin Fields rushing touchdown. And then I turned it off. These people are getting animated out there again, Joshy.
I think that might just be how that guy talks.
Just an animated fella.
Yeah. Which would be annoying. And
Chef Ed asks, is Will a Temu guy like Homer?
Nah, I've put a bunch of stuff in my cart, but I've never ordered from there because I'm very scared of getting scammed from that website. So,
But Instagram, fully trust it.
Yeah.
again, I went
Breakfast sandwich influencer. Fully trusted.
I went out on a limb. I went out on a limb on this one. I really liked what they were selling, and I knew it potentially could be a scam, but I took a risk.
You used your debit card or your credit card?
Debit card.
Have there been any funny charges to that card since? Have you been monitoring it?
I monitored it after I talked about it on KBN, and Brad told me to.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was a week ago today.
Have you looked again?
Yeah.
Have you looked since last
Wait,
Monday?
why was I producing it last Monday?
I was sick.
Oh, right. Sorry, I
Sick.
just want to bring that up.
Good point.
No charges. No funny charges. Just me.
Speaking of scams,
right.
my Andrew Vaughn jersey is officially in Madison at the distribution site. So it's almost here. It's only taken 3 weeks to get here from China.
Just enough time for him to not be hitting as well, but decently well.
He's
I don't
still
care.
doing fine.
I don't care. It's still fun.
Magic. Nathan says, Will, that was a good line. They're on a boat from China. Give it some time.
Hope so.
Nathan's a believer in your scammed polos.
Shout out, Nathan.
Shout out Nathan, indeed. All right, let's get into the 30-10 loss for the Green Bay Packers. It was disgusting. It was gross. It was preseason football epitomized. I didn't watch most of it. I've watched a little bit of it back, but it was really bad. Drops galore, mistakes galore, muff punts galore. Everything was bad. The defensive line stunk. I'm talking about the starters here against that New York Jets offense. Justin Fields looked like a really good NFL quarterback against the Packers defense on Saturday. Slightly problematic. Matthew Golden looked good.
Jordan Morgan didn't give up a pressure.
Great.
Neither did Anthony Belton.
He was good. He's a big boy.
Not so good, Jacob Monk.
Not so good. Not so good.
I have a hard time really putting any value, and I know LaFleur likes to have stuff like this happen and then play the tough guy, we got our ass kicked, that type of stuff. But if he doesn't care about something, how is his team going to care? He clearly doesn't care about the preseason. He's behaved like that throughout his tenure here. For a while, they didn't play starters at all, and then they try and do this like half-ass thing. They did it. Remember that game against the Lions that didn't matter? Was it 4 seasons ago? And Devontae and Aaron Rodgers were out there to just sort of like win. To sort of just set a record of some sort, like a Packers record for like single season. I forget what it was. But like they went out there and they played terribly. It was ugly. It's just sloppy. I think back to when Matt LaFleur didn't want to play in Europe. The way he handled that and then the way the team reacted to that. I know he wants to say, like, you guys are, and some of these guys are literally fighting for their jobs, so it doesn't really explain a lot of it. But by the time the guys who actually are like trying to earn a right to be on the team, the game was already out of hand. And I do think the people you saw play well and the people Jeff Hafley mentioned on the defense are all guys that are like fighting for their lives. It was rookies, Enigbare, who's been talked about as one of the guys possibly cut, Brenton Cox. It's all like all the guys who are like Nazir Stackhouse.
Yeah.
Like those, it was all the people who are like, yeah, sure, they might have gotten drafted, but their life in the NFL is not certain by any point. And all the guys who feel pretty secure in their jobs went out there and played like it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Matt LaFleur, after the game, you mentioned this quote from him. Talks about how his team got his ass kicked in the preseason opener on Saturday against the New York Jets. Here's the head coach after the game.
Too many penalties, drops, missed tackles, bad decision making, and it really showed up in every phase of football. And if you do that, you're going to get your ass kicked, and that's exactly what happened.
And that's exactly what happened from the head coach, Matt LaFleur, Saturday after the defeat in preseason game number 1. Well, you know it's officially football season when I have the opportunity to do this. We do this after every green and gold game on Mr. Irrelevant. It is time for our first of the 2025 season. It's time now for Stock Up, Stock Down following the loss in preseason game number 1, 30-10 to the New York Jets. Let's start with some positives. Start with Stock Up. How about Barron Sorrell? 99 will shine. 99 did shine for the Green Bay Packers. Played with the 2s, played with the 3s, got a lot of playing time. I thought he was really good. I thought he looked good, had 2 tackles, got after the quarterback a few times, was really the only person on the Packers defense that was capable of doing that, other than Kingsley Enigbare. Those are the 2 guys that actually got after the quarterback and into the backfield, disrupting, causing some chaos. Barron Sorrell was one of the feel-good stories from the NFL draft, obviously a 4th-round pick to the Packers, day 3 pick, but he was in Green Bay. He got to see the fans. He got to go to Lambeau. It was really neat. He was in Green Bay despite not being in the green room. So he's a guy that obviously everybody wrapped their arms around and said, yeah, we're going to cheer for him. We're
99 will shine.
Stake a claim in the 99 will shine camp. And the 99 did shine on Saturday. He was one of the only positives for the Packers defense front 7. And specifically at defensive line. So Barron Sorrell, my first stock up. Let's go to stock down. Mecole Hardman. He's a guy I'm fascinated with because I think when the Packers signed him, I said, I don't know if he's going to make the roster. And then as we got further into the offseason program, and then into training camp, it all of a sudden seemed like, oh, maybe he will make the roster. He might be their last wide receiver and play some special teams and some punt return, kick return type things. He was really bad on Saturday. Dropped passes, lost a fumble. I would all of a sudden say, I think his job is in jeopardy if he doesn't clean it up fast and have a big comeback in preseason game number 2 against the Colts on Saturday. I don't know if Mecole Hardman is safe on this Packers roster in 2025 now.
I think he's less safe than he was, obviously. I do think being a veteran, having experience, and then kind of looking around at the guys who would be capable of being punt returner and them sort of, Jaden Reed did it. Savion Williams, we imagine, will be doing it at some point. Both those guys aren't healthy. So there's some degree of you might just have to keep them there because you got nothing else. And I do think they want that veteran presence, sort of just set it and forget it. We don't have to play games. Bisaccia said it was a guy trying to do too much, trying to prove his worth on a team.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I do think that it was mistakes. I still think he's a member of the Packers.
You do think he makes the roster?
Yeah, I do.
We'll see. Obviously, there's a lot of preseason left,
and a lot can change. He can either greatly improve from that performance, or he can do it again and probably be cut shortly thereafter.
Yeah. The Packers, by the way, the only team in the NFC North to lose their preseason opener. Vikings won, Lions. Oh, I take that back. I guess the Lions lost the Hall of Fame game, but they won this weekend. And the Bears tied. Shout out to your Bears, Will.
Thanks for the super meaningful stat.
Data.
Data.
Stock up. We're sticking with the rookie theme. How about the round one pick, Matthew Golden? Quick 7-yard slant, drawing some pass interference against Sauce Gardner, showing off the speed for the first time in live action. You didn't see a ton, but what you saw you liked. I thought Matthew Golden looked the part on Saturday, and I was impressed with the little bit we saw from him.
The important part was he played only snaps with the first team offense.
That's correct.
That's a pretty clear indication that as much as people wanted to say we're not going to get our hopes up and expect him to be, a giant contributor right out the gate, it certainly seems like the Packers are planning for him to be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like that should have signaled to everybody.
And despite only having 2 targets, did you notice the difference between, let's say, him trying to get open quickly and catching a ball versus Romeo Doubs? Mm-hmm. Worlds of difference.
It's significant.
There's levels to this, and Matthew Golden is clearly levels above Romeo Doubs.
Which, to me, says, hey, get your hopes up.
Yeah.
Matt LaFleur went on a diatribe last year after being asked about the number 1 wide receiver, and he said he doesn't really believe in that. I think Saturday shows that he believes in it. And he believes in number 22, Matthew Golden.
Yeah, that was all lip surface.
Yeah. Stock up for Matthew Golden. Let's go back to stock down. Malik Heath sticking in the wide receiver room. Again, drops, bad decisions, didn't look the part. And that's bad when you are attempting to be the last wide receiver to make the roster. Malik Heath, likely a practice squad candidate, if I had to guess, dependent on what happens with the aforementioned McCole Hardman. But all in all, I'm down on Malik Heath as well. So that's stock down for McCole Hardman and Malik Heath, which are depth wide receivers. The good news is the stock is up for Matthew Golden, who will be the Packers' number 1 receiver in 2025. Going back to our final stock up, how about Amar Johnson? 39-yard touchdown run, was the leading rusher for the Packers offense, scored the only touchdown the Packers scored on Saturday. I thought he looked good, right? I mean, obviously it's a second half. It's a guy that's likely not going to make the roster, but if there was an opportunity behind Josh Jacobs, I thought Amar Johnson made a good case for himself to be considered as part of that. But obviously with Emmanuel Wilson, Chris Brooks, and Marshawn Lloyd all in front of you, it's going to be a hard hill to climb for Amar Johnson. But I thought he looked good in his limited time on Saturday, including that 39-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot on a guy that hopefully they can stash on the practice squad. I think you're missing a couple here. I'd like to add some at least honorable mentions.
Sure.
I think Jordan Morgan, which I mentioned previously, just proving he can be a left tackle at seemingly any level, I think was big for him. Mm-hmm. Jacob Monk, I know he's a draft pick, 5th rounder though. I don't know how much hope you can have in him. 3 holding penalties and a sack he gave up. That's a tough outing there. And I think a guy like Anthony Belton also, not that we really had an idea of where his stock was, but that's seemingly extremely positive. And then I think Nazir Stackhouse as well.
I would agree with you on that.
That's like a fringe roster guy you have high hopes for and think he's probably better than that. And honestly, Bo Melton.
Yeah.
Granted, he wasn't running with first teamers, really.
No, but second team and third team, and he played a ton, and He didn't really allow a whole lot. That's a good call. Good call on Bo Melton.
And that's the one, even though we declared me right on that one when he had his number changed, I've quickly pivoted on that. The way he's playing and the way people are talking about
he's going to make the roster.
He's going to make the roster, and I think he's probably going to, at some points, be contributed on defense simply based on injuries.
No offensive snaps for Bo Melton, right?
No. I think they could in a situation where they suffer a few injuries.
Yeah.
And, probably have him remain a special teamer and then have snaps for him on offense. But it's a luxury to have. I mean, a guy who's really good at both of them just went 2 overall. So, obviously, it's not crazy to think he could do both, but it's going to be hard for him to find snaps on offense if the wide receivers are
and
healthy.
They moved him for a reason, right? Because they can acknowledge he's likely going to struggle.
But 2 injuries in that wide receiver room that are going to miss significant time.
All of a sudden,
what else are you going to do?
Yeah, all of a sudden you have that conversation. You're right about that. My final stock down is just the defensive line, specifically the starting defensive line. Is there anything else to say? I mean, it was as putrid as expected. It does not feel like there's been a significant improvement in that room. And that's disappointing because that was the biggest concern coming out of last season.
I've been harsh on LVN. I thought he was at least pretty good, which, let's not forget, pretty good is a huge improvement from that guy. So I thought he held the edge. I thought he also did get, I don't know if it was officially counted as a pressure, but he did get through his man, was able to sort of kind of make Justin Fields move off his spot, which is something new, frankly, for Lucas Van Ness.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. So, all right, there's stock up, stock down. It's football season, baby. Oh, that felt good. It felt good to get those takes off, Josh. I got to tell you what, man. I'm so jacked up about football season.
Yeah, it's coming.
We doing a fantasy league this year?
I mean, the station is.
Well, yeah, but we're doing them for different shows. Are you and I going to be in a fantasy football league together?
Probably not.
Okay.
I've tapered down my non-best ball fantasy leagues.
I am going to be in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think.
I have 4. Two of them, one of them's been going, and this one's going into his 21st year.
Wow, you can drink. The fantasy football league can drink.
2 of them are dynasty leagues, which no one's super excited about.
Okay, so
we're just all kind of still doing it.
The dynasty might be coming to an end. Yeah,
and then the other one is work.
There you go. That's Joshy's fantasy rundown on Mr. Irrelevant.
It's just too much.
Brought to you by the ESPN Fantasy app, which got a facelift.
Saw that.
People are not happy about that.
People don't like change.
Yeah, anything different. Yeah,
people don't like change. Just how it goes.
Can I figure it out? Do I know how to use it? All right, let's keep it moving.
All right, I'm in. So I just want to talk about this for a few minutes before we get to what we missed presented by Door County Distillery, including Will trying to explain to us what divine intervention means, which I'm very much looking forward to.
When was this decided that I had to do that?
I just figured that was one of your words today that you didn't know.
Yeah, I guess it should be.
Any concern? Is there any long-term concern after the blowout on Saturday? The defensive line looked horrible. That's a little concerning to me. But other than that, I don't think there's any real oh my God, they're going to be horrible. But the defensive line does not look like it's improved. Obviously, there was not much of a facelift, to use that term again, this offseason. They didn't go out and acquire an edge rusher or a defensive tackle. They didn't draft one until the 4th round. They fired their coach and brought in DeMarcus Covington, the former Patriots defensive coordinator, as the new D-line coach. And that was the only change they made. And the hope is Lucas Van Ness takes a step forward. Rashawn Gary returns to form, whatever that means. And then the interior guys, right? Kenny Clark, for example, returns to his very good form as one of the best defensive tackles in the division. But that's not what we saw on Saturday. And that would be the only part where I go, yeah, I am a little concerned about that.
Well, what is the term, instead of beating a dead horse, Peter wants us to see feeding a fed horse?
I believe that's it, yes.
I feel like that's where I am with this. It comes down to...
You had to bring up PETA in order to talk about it a different way, yeah.
It comes down to Jordan Love, how good is he or how good isn't he? I think the team as a whole showed last year they're clearly on the cusp of being considered one of the top end teams in the NFL. What they don't have is a quarterback you feel confident in going in, day out, game in and game out, and elevating his teammates around him. I do think his chances have improved with some of the improvements they made on offense along the offensive line. But if he's great, how good the defensive line isn't going to matter all that much. I think it certainly helps things, makes it easier, but their defensive line is good enough to be a team that makes a deep playoff run. They're not going to knock your socks off. They're also not going to be the worst thing you've ever seen. They're going to struggle in games and they're going to look good in other ones. I think the big advantage they have is a defensive coordinator that really knows how to generate pressure, even without bringing extra guys along the defensive line. So is Jordan Love going to be a pretty good quarterback, or is he going to be a great quarterback? Because if he's great, as we saw with years with Aaron Rodgers, the rest of it was all sort of ancillary.
What's the phrase? A something boat raises all tides.
Rising tides.
A rising tide lift all boats?
Yes.
Got it. That could be the case.
A little
with Jordan
insensitive now, given what happened around here.
Well, that's not what I meant.
Anyway,
that's on me. That's my bad.
Do you guys have any
everybody's
concern?
safe and okay.
Do you guys have any concern with the receivers still having the drops? Because that got pretty bad for a stretch in the second half of the game. With guys that
the good news
had
is the guys
reps.
the guys that played on Saturday significantly and saw some of the drops will not play in the regular season.
I fully expect both Jane Reed and Dontavian Wicks to be much better when it comes to catching the ball. I think Matthew Golden also, just the virtue of him being around and taking a portion of those wide receiver targets to himself is going to be also a giant improvement. I don't think the issue's fully gone, but I do think there's going to be I don't think they're going to be the worst in the league at it, put it that way. And I think if you filter away, you have to take percentages. I do think they are going to have a higher pass rate than they did last year, just based on just kind of how low that number was for them. I just think I believe in Jaden Reed and Dontavian Wicks enough to where I don't think it's going to be as significant of a problem.
Yep.
Like Jordy Nelson, every year he was out there, he was higher in drops. Devontae Adams. It's hard for us to remember that. But those guys, some of the best guys you see in the league, they get thrown the ball a whole lot more, so they drop it more than other people.
By the way, Stone Smart, who scored a touchdown for the Jets on Saturday.
Yeah.
Great name.
Good. It was a good interruption.
Yep, really had to pull Josh off of what he was saying to talk about a random Jet that won't make the roster.
But hold on. That might be the best name in the NFL.
No.
He's literally on a team with
pretty
Sauce Gardner. What are we talking about, Strouf? Come on.
But his name's not Sauce.
Formerly a guy on that DeBrickashaw Ferguson.
Great name.
Ray McLeod.
Good name.
Yeah,
good stuff. Good stuff, guys.
Anyone else you want to add?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Takeo Spikes is the best football name ever.
That's a great ball. That's really good.
Takeo Spikes played like a guy named
Takeo Spikes.
Yeah.
He did.
He had no neck, too.
Yeah, it's incredible.
He was crazy. Oh, man. I haven't heard that name in a long time. That was fun. I really enjoyed that.
That was pulled from the depths of my brain.
I love guys naming dudes. It's like my favorite activity. Okay. It's time now for what we missed and what we learned, which is presented by Door County Distillery. Locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. If you're headed to Door County, just north of Sturgeon Bay and Carlsville is where Door County Distillery and Door Peninsula Winery is located. You can do the tours, you can do the tastings, you can check out exclusive product. Or you can bring Door County to you, whatever you got going on. Tailgates, birthday parties, outdoor gatherings of all assortments. Elevate it with Door County Distillery. Gins, whiskeys, rums, brandies. Located all over the state of Wisconsin. Find the retailer nearest you on their website, doorcountydistillery.com, as well as a huge list of unique cocktail recipes. That's doorcountydistillery.com. All right, Will. What is divine intervention?
Divine intervention refers to the belief that a deity or a higher power directly...
Stop. Slow down. Try again.
The D word.
Deity?
No, that's wrong.
Deity?
Deity.
Yep.
There you go.
That a deity or a higher power directly interferes with the natural course of events in the world, often resulting in seemingly miraculous or unexplainable occurrences. Strouf actually being at work on a Monday can only be credited to divine intervention.
Guy
Got
takes
it.
one Monday off.
Zing.
Been coughing the whole show. You don't believe me? It's been a week.
Those are fake.
Yeah.
Faking it.
Yeah,
For sure.
Those are sympathy coughs. Wants us to feel bad for him.
What else did you miss? Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Getting better.
I just think you're listening less.
Let's be honest here. This is a trust tree.
No, I think I'm listening because there was 3 or 4 times I had to self-reflect and be like, do I know that word? And I think I knew it.
Let's trust tree moment here.
Yep. Just us.
Will, you forgot you were supposed to do that. He said divine intervention, and then you remembered, oh crap, I got to do this.
I knew what divine intervention was.
I don't believe you, first off. Second off, is
We
Josh
could literally
right? Did
see
forget
you
had to do
looking at the
this?
computer reading it. If you knew what it
'cause Strouf
was, you
told
would
me
have been able to
I
just
knew what
explain
it
it.
was, though,
Yeah, why'd you look up the dictionary definition then? You
because
should-
that's what I do. I do that every time. I could have explained it without the dictionary definition.
All right, explain it right now.
He just did.
It's when an outside force interferes with real life,
A deity.
a deity,
Diet.
Deity.
That's the
and
divine part.
unexplainable, crazy things happen.
What's a deity?
I don't know.
So then
that
you
what you
don't
want from
know
me?
what divine intervention is. That's kind of a key piece to
Yes,
the
I do.
definition.
I just explained what it was. I don't need to use the word deity.
If you were to explain deity, what would you guess it is?
Now he's looking at the laptop again.
Like a spiritual, outside, otherworldly force.
Sure, I'll give you that.
A god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You feel good?
Happy?
You feel
You
accomplished?
happy?
Oh, he's upset.
Happy?
Oh,
He's upset.
Ticked him off.
You in a crappy mood?
No. You just assume everyone's in a crappy mood when you're in a good mood.
I'll tell you what.
And it's the
today.
biggest problem in the world that not everyone's, jumping through rainbows and licking lollipops on a Monday.
Licking lollipops.
What the hell's that mean?
I don't know. That's your idea. That's what everyone's got to be doing for.
You do behave as if you are somebody who, on the way to work, skips here with a lollipop in hand.
I did.
yes.
Yeah.
Today I was playing music.
And sings Frozen and thinks about unicorns.
Yeah.
I don't know what all these lollipop and unicorn shots are about, but I was listening to music out loud on my way to work today. I did kind of skip here. I was feeling very chipper today. Very much looking forward to this show. Looking forward to KBN. Looking forward to hosting the Homer Hour with Brian Bulaga from 5 to 6. I was just happy to be alive, man.
Hunter,
it's a great day.
You know how I've proven myself to be correct with the way I've handled being around Strouf in the morning is today he came down by me because everyone else was sick of him and telling him he talks too much.
That's not what happened.
Yeah, he walked around and asked us all why we're in bad moods.
I did do
Having
that.
sat in front of
I did do
Strouf
that.
here at the Madison office, I 100% believe everyone else. Like,
You know, and the interesting part is, and I didn't mention this to him at all, the lack of self-reflection of why is everybody so annoyed with me today?
I don't think anybody was annoyed with me. I don't think you have that right.
you
I
got
think you
banished
being
to the
told you
studio.
talked.
Like, I think everyone
think
was
being
annoyed
told-
That
with
was
you.
my choice. I made a selection to go down to the
I
studio.
think being told you talk too much inherently means you're annoying someone. At least one person.
Okay. In my defense, one person in particular was in a cry.
Oh, more sympathy
I'm going to
coughs.
fill in for him. I sat next to said person and they were completely fine.
They were in
the
a crappy
entire day.
crappy mood today. Crappy mood. Sent a mean email early in the morning, and then he was cranky. And I just wanted to address the crankiness because it's a great day to be alive. It's a great Monday. We've got a lot to talk about. It's an exciting day to do what we get to do. And I felt as if that person in particular, and then Will, I will get to Will in a moment, was in a bad mood. And I said, what can I do to elevate your mood? What can I do to help?
What if that is the most annoying thing ever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said go away.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd be
What
so
if I,
mad
what if I
you did
told
that.
you? What if I told you? Will here came down and lamented how annoying he found you today.
I just said you had Monday energy. I never used the word annoying.
It's implied, though.
Yeah.
It's implied. We can all be honest.
Do you think that it makes people want to be in a better mood when you ask them why they're in a bad mood?
Well,
Yeah,
hold
yeah,
on.
if you-
It's not me saying, hey.
That makes it worse.
I don't say, hey, Josh, are you crabby? Are you cranky?
You do that.
Yeah, you do.
You do.
You've literally done
but
that to me.
I approach it with a, hey, how can I, as your friend and teammate?
okay?
No, I'm sick. As your friend and
Air
teammate,
quotes.
how can I help you achieve a better mood? Right? Like if we did, I used to do this all the time on KBN before the show. This is off the air. Right when I started producing the show last April, last May, I would come into the studio and I would say, hey, Brad, hey, Kyle, hey, Ben, where are you at out of 10? I need you at least an 8. And if you're not at an 8, what can I do to get you to an 8? Because I feel like in order to do our job successfully, we need to be in a good mood. And I felt as if the people I surround myself with, both by choice, but also they are just who I'm surrounded with. If they're in a crappy mood, that's going to put me in a crappy mood, and we're going to do crappy work. So, Will, to your case, I feel like the crabbiness rubbed off on you because I was trying to rub off, phrasing, I was trying to get rid of the crabbiness.
Do you realize that you may not be the key to everyone's happiness?
No, there is no
time he's
chance
considering
Strouf has
it,
ever
honestly.
thought about that.
Like, maybe there's nothing you can do to make me more happy today.
But here's the thing. I like to view myself as a tone setter. Right? Like, I think I set the tone for the mood a lot of the time.
Well, before you go
That
any
can go
further,
both ways.
before you go any further,
Yeah.
the tone you set today upstairs is people were annoyed and in bad moods.
That's correct. And that's why I left.
Maybe you need to self-reflect.
I will say this, though. I did throw a little bit of a fit.
He threw a massive fit.
I threw a little bit of a fit.
Also, not helping.
Everybody in our large office area witnessed my fit.
He made
Oh, jeez.
He started screaming, and I turned to the person next to me and I said, "Don't you miss 10 seconds ago when he wasn't here?"
See?
Yeah, Strouf,
just being
if anyone is
unnecessarily loud.
thinking that when you're in the office, you're doing something wrong. Like, I get that you try to set the tone, but you completely missed. Like the 8 times at the
Today-
Tone
golf
in a bad
ball.
way.
Today, you had the exact opposite effect of the one you were trying to. You did 100%. You made it worse.
You were Andrew Vaughn on the White Sox.
And I know that's a hard thing for you to reflect on right now. But isn't there maybe I'm the problem from Kyle Preston Nortman? Think you need to play it on yourself.
I'm not the problem.
Yeah, you are.
I don't think you were the problem, but you definitely didn't make it any better.
I think I became
I think
the
it was
problem.
just Monday. Yeah, you did.
I was not the initial problem, but I think I later became the problem.
You became the easiest scapegoat of all time.
Your attempt to solve the problem made you the problem.
Why isn't everybody happy? Just be happy.
See, when you do this, though, then we can all commiserate together that you were making our days worse.
Yeah. Yeah, so
So
you did do us some
tangentially,
good
you
today.
did make people happier.
Yeah.
You brought people
Yeah,
together.
I guess you did.
Okay, that's good.
You gave us all something to complain about.
And that's fine. But here's the thing. I'm okay with that. I just want you to not be in a sucky mood. That's not that hard to ask.
Now I'm going to stop commiserating over it because I don't want you having the satisfaction you're making my day better.
Yeah.
But in reality, I am.
See, this is all just fallout. This
Be told
isn't.
I am.
This wasn't your intent.
I also don't think I'm in a bad mood at all.
I don't think you are anymore.
I never was.
I think you had a moment this morning. You had a little bit of a
Has
moment.
any part of you thought maybe at 9 a.m. on a Monday, long weekends had by all,
Great.
some of them better or worse,
Hope it was fun. Or worse.
based on.
I don't hope it was
As I
worse.
say, I don't know if
Wait.
hope, like based on, there were people trapped in their cars overnight because of flooding.
Well, I don't think anybody here was. But
There
yes.
are people, thousands across the Milwaukee area and the greater surrounding area, that have massive flooding issues in their basement.
That's correct. Yep.
And you coming in, sucking on a lollipop,
Stop saying that.
singing who knows what, and being all up in your face and yelling and talking loud, annoying.
Sucking on a lollipop.
All right, I'm gonna take the next 2 days to reflect. Because apparently what I'm doing isn't working. And
I've been trying to tell you this.
I think you could have just.
the better part of a year.
If you would have just toned it down a little bit,
Yeah.
you can be happy.
who the
I
hell
don't
is
have
this
any
guy?
problem with it.
Mr. New Guy on the block thinks he runs the joint.
What happened is Will got to witness you bother me at his internship and part-time, and now he sits one row away from you, sees you every day, and goes, I see this how this could wear on you.
Fair or unfair?
Fair. And I was busy when you were trying to talk to me.
Also,
Well, I wasn't necessarily trying to talk to you. I was trying to talk to the person next to you.
Yeah.
And then by association, you got roped in.
Yeah.
but also the way you talk, when you're talking to one person, you might as well be talking to the entire room.
Thus, how I'm a tone setter.
I think you set the tone in a negative way.
One of our teammates who sits at the very other end of the office heard me yelling And she got up and she gave me a hug and she said, I love that you're in a great mood. And I said, thank you. At least somebody around here gets it.
The word obnoxious.
Yeah, it fits. Yeah, of course.
Not typically a compliment either.
I just don't understand, why can't you just let people feel how they're going to feel and have their own emotions?
Well,
Not everyone has to match
do.
what you... it doesn't sound like it.
But today, I thought we particularly started off on a bad foot. And I didn't like that for the week. I think that's detrimental to the rest of the week.
I think you've assumed a position. I don't know if you have the skills required to maintain it.
The position of what, like chief vibes officer or what? Yeah. I think I do have the skills for that.
You've taken on a role a little bit too big for yourself.
Too big for my britches?
Strouf, I think we're getting very close to 3-cone drill, first pitch territory here for you. Like, I don't know if you have the skills to do this.
It seems like you can't fathom why people wouldn't be in a good mood just being in your presence.
Well, I don't know why you wouldn't be, because
that's the way it comes off.
my girlfriend is the luckiest human on planet Earth. She gets to spend every day with me.
There's one person on earth saying that.
And it's her.
You.
Okay. Will, get it together. Be better on Wednesday, okay?
I'm fine. Again,
Be better.
there's nothing wrong with me.
Yes, but fine is not good. You're not good. You're fine. I want you to be good.
What does what I want matter at all? Maybe I want to be just fine today.
Well, that sucks. That's a horrible attitude.
All right. I'm fine with that.
Josh, I thought you did a pretty good job today.
I know.
Good. Good. I'm glad you know. Hunter, I think you did a good job today, too.
Good. You were lucky to be in my presence today on the video.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. In my presence on the video. Yeah, I agree. Okay. I think this is a good time to end the show. So that's what we're going to do. We'll be back on Wednesday.
I want to go home.
Beginning at 12:30 Central, ESPN Madison, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. And we'll try again. We'll talk to you Wednesday. Peace.